How's it going, folks? Welcome back to World of Warcraft: The War Within. I'm not quite sure whether there's any more story-based content, but I do see that, and I do see her, and I see Khadgar in his illusory bloody wheelchair. His arcane wheelchair. 16 days, he's going to return. So I imagine something will happen then, or the storyline continues then. But let's start with Orwena and see what's up.
You have found me.
The speaker. So there is someone else who has experienced something close to what I experienced, yet it is not the same. I must speak with him.
May you lend your song to hers.
Okay, she's gonna do that. I suppose she wants me there as well. Maybe to listen in. Oh, look at all the Christmas trees. Lovely. Magni. Let's listen on in.
Refer all diplomatic questions to my daughter, Moira.
Have you come to say goodbye?
Keep listening. Well, best be setting sail to Ironforge. No sense in dawdling.
Are you sure about staying Dagran? You could return home with us and study there.
I'm sure, Ma. There's still so much knowledge here, yet to be discovered.
And knowing you, you'll find it all. Keep out of trouble. And make sure Brinth always knows where you are.
Yes, Mum.
And who is this?
I am called Orwena. I've been told you too have heard the voice of the goddess.
Goddess? You mean Azeroth? Aye, I was her speaker for many years, but she's let me go from that service.
Her voice has led me far from my home, seeking a truth I know she wishes to reveal. But my kin, they do not understand.
Aye, it can be lonely following a path that others can't see. But don't make the same mistake I did. Putting it all on yourself. Look for those who will walk the path with you. If I've learned anything, it's that we'll always need each other to not lose ourselves on the journey.
You are kind, Magni. I will consider your words carefully.
Best of luck to you, Orwena. One day, when you found what you're looking for, I hope you too find your way home. Azeroth still needs us.
Stay a while and listen.
Well, best be setting sail to Ironforge. No sense in dawdling.
Are you sure about staying
Nope.
Dagran?
Okay.
You could return home with us. And
So they're going back to Ironforge.
There's still so much.
All the way back to Ironforge. Yep, alright, so that's done. Let's go and return, and then we'll go what that purple thing is. What's all this about?
Please, tell me of your travels.
Dawn?
Welcome, my friend.
With each passing day, more of my people awaken within the Stone Vault. Many of them have embraced their old designations. This is not a path I wish to forge. For some, traditions are hard to forget and abandon. I pass no judgment. Many others have embraced a new path, like me. For the first time in Northern memory, we have no edicts, and the whole world of Azeroth is ours to explore. Many have set off to walk new lands and meet the people and cultures of our world. If you have not met an awakened Earthen out exploring Azeroth, I suspect you will soon. Dawn offers you a smile. The expedition awaits.
Hurry, on to your next adventure.
Ah, greetings, Scene. Are you here to answer the Siren Isle's call to adventure? Recently, a goblin salvage team discovered an isle with a strange singing crystal at its center. Like the goblins, the Arathi of Hallowfall have taken a keen interest in this crystal, as have we. We've been preparing an expedition to the Isle. Most of the expedition has gone ahead, but the goblins' last vessel is set to leave momentarily. If you hurry, you can catch them before they leave and join us.
Journey onward.
Imagine a giant crystal that sings. Let's get moving. Okay.
Goodbye, my friend.
Goodbye. Alright, let's go to Siren Isle.
My directive is to serve you. I have calibrated my prices to be reasonable.
Calibrate all those prices.
My thanks for your patience.
So... the expedition awaits. We're going over here. This is meant to take us to a new land? Or an isle off the coast somewhere? Somewhere? Maybe it'll appear? Maybe it'll appear on the world map, maybe it won't.
Hey, welcome aboard! The Earthen and the Arathi are on the island already. We gotta catch up. I hear you.
Welcome aboard, warrior. The Princess's Pride. The Princess's Pride is nearly ready to head back to the Siren Isle. You ready to go? What do you know about the Siren Isle? Siren Isle? Well, I never heard of it referred to as that. But it makes sense, what with the stories of the sirens and all. My cousin Cruz used to tell me stories of all the places she used to smuggle to. Always told me of this one spooky place with nasty storms around it and even nastier singing ladies. Apparently her buddies in Freeholder scared hatless of the place, so much that she started avoiding it out of principle, and, well, for business reasons. Of course, I didn't clue in that this was the place until I was already at Dornogal. Go figure, huh?
We'll get it done.
The expedition awaits.
Time's over.
Ah, so you're the one Dawn convinced to join us, eh? Well, hurry up. They've been adamant about getting us a proper storm rider ranger, whatever escort out of the city, but it's taken too long. The Arathi and other Earthen are already on the Isle, and Rickett is probably wondering where the heck we are. Come on, I can give you the deets on the way.
It's no slacking.
Then let's go, buddy.
Work.
The Siren Isle is a mystery, a potential profitable one. My crew thought they hit it big when they found a deserted island with some strange singing crystal. Turns out, everyone in Dornogal is interested in unclaimed strange singing crystals. Both the Arathi and the Earthen scrambled back and were up before we could even charter a Zeppelin. Fortunately for us, Rickett and crew have gone ahead to set up. We're the last to depart, and I'm itching to go. What are we waiting on? You, let's go.
The boss is watching.
Stop waffling on, pal. Just go. Where is this place? Oh, in another instance. Where are we? What?
See? We're late to the party. Meet me below and watch your step.
You got a... Maybe I'm supposed to just fly?
How you doing, pal? Quitting time.
The winds of the Siren Isle make it untraversable with flight. Oh, come on. Oh, there's this here. Hang on. Ah, there was a rope here, you cheeky punks. I didn't see that. And that's because it's not there anymore.
Let's do this thing.
Skagit. We made it safe and sound. Rickett says the whole camp's still buzzing about the crystal. Seems like everyone's got different ideas on how to go about figuring out what to do with it. They didn't like Rickett and I's way, but you might be better at diplomacy. You want to get involved?
Break time's over.
You see, Rick had offered to day it up, but the Arathi expedition lady didn't seem too keen on that. Gave her an earful. Could hear it from the airship. Yeesh. Bargus, the earthen ordinant, whatever that means, proposed scanning the crystal to help us understand it better. I don't need to understand it. All I need's my cut. But I'm fine laying low and doing what they want. You go talk to Bargus at the earthen camp. See how they're coming along and if we can help.
The competition's hard at work. You should say hello to the neighbors, real friendly like.
Alright, Joe Pesci. Let's go and say hello. Seek out Bargus.
Are you here to lend a hand? Admirable. Perhaps we can all work together.
Bargus looks up from his anvil. Another new arrival? Here to lend a hand to our efforts?
Conversation terminated.
To scan a crystal, in order to understand the singing crystal at the heart of the island, we will need some special machinery. We have forged a device to scan its exposed facets, but the crystal's energies are far too complex to read. It has a highly unusual energy signature. The goblins and Arathi seem keen to contribute, so let us proceed with their help. Take my toolbox and retrieve the prototype and the components the Arathi and goblins have prepared.
For we Earthen are here to study the crystal. The goblins and the Arathi, we are still processing how to collaborate.
That'll take a while. An earthen crafted device used to detect energy signatures within mineral structures.
Interpreting a massive crystal's energy is a specialized process. Maybe the Arathi learned something from Beladar.
Outsiders are a welcome surprise.
Apprentice Tadmar? I have spent most my adult years among the Sacredites, studying the properties of the radiant remnants, small crystalline fragments found in Hallowfall. Beyond the walls of the Priory, I had seen or experienced very little. I was nervous to embark on a star chaser from the Isle of Dawn, but I am glad I did. For the first time in ages, I feel inspired and enlightened. Maybe it's the rhythm of Lorendel's song, or maybe it's just the salty air. Can you help the Earthens device interpret the crystal's energies?
Don't despair.
My sacred crystals could help harmonize your readings, but you'll need more power.
A goblin power source, perhaps?
What do you need? Batteries?
I'll just take this.
These puppies should keep the scanner juiced up. You're
I'll
good
just-
to go.
Thank you very much.
My programming is expanded to exploration
I've retrieved
and conversation.
I have retrieved the prototype and the components.
Fortify your armor. Fortify your will. Task complete. Now we can use the crystal's signature to track its facets.
Normally, our technology is quite capable when it comes to crystals and the energies found within them, but the energies found here are anomalous and don't synchronize with our technology.
May your work serve others.
Ah, skepticism disengaged. It would seem the radiant remnants from Hallowfall harmonize perfectly with the energies found here, giving us a proper signature to latch onto. The goblins' batteries are more than we need, but they appear to be doing the job effectively. We're almost ready for the field tests.
Conversation terminated.
Fascinating, signals intriguing. These radiant remnants from the Arathi seem to have given our device the necessary focus it needed. All that remains is to attune it properly to its size. In order to attune the signal, we'll need to set up some pylons around the site. There That is testing to initiate scene. Follow me if you would like to assist me.
Forge, I'll set some metal pylons to focus the signal. Meet me over the hill.
Way over there, okay. So let's, while he's doing it, oh, we can't fly. Can we even fly? We can't fly at all. There is no flying. You give it to us and then you take it away. And for whatever reason, well, you're giving us a reason. The winds are they're too hard. They're too fast, they're too furious. Just can't do it.
And that part goes over there.
This singing crystal is remarkably like Belladar. We should treat it with reverence.
Second pylon, okay. That's my... Nobody says anything, so that must be my cue to do something.
Signal augmented. One more reading should calibrate the device. That's it. Its energies are beyond my capacity to process. The crystal extends far beneath the surface.
I see.
Are you here to help the awakened?
Fascinating. The pylon's attunement indicates this crystal is far larger than the facet would suggest. According to the complexity of the signature, it appears to stretch for miles beneath our feet and... Wait, what is this? A second signature appears to be originating from over the hill? Curious indeed.
May your work serve others.
An unexpected development. The energy signature appears to have a secondary source, and it is just north of here. Curiosity activated. Judging from the estimated size of the crystal, I theorize it might be a secondary exposed facet. Further investigation is required. Follow me.
Fortify your armor. Intriguing. I'm detecting a secondary reading from the north. This requires more investigation.
Some hardcore night elf parkour.
How can my hammer serve?
It would seem we are not alone on this island after all, Scene. Bargus glances down at the dead Vrykul next to him and shakes his head with a frown. To initiate violence before diplomatic engagement? An illogical provocation that yielded unfortunate consequences.
May your work serve others.
Cave barging, unless it is a convergence of coincidence. Whoever these large outlanders are, they appear to also be interested in the crystal signal and the location of its origin. We then do not often take stock in coincidences. Engage your defense protocol, Scene. These outlanders are not hospitable like your people.
The signal's coming from that cave. It seems like we're not the only ones to take interest in it. We need to get in there.
Then let's do that. Oh, alright. Thought we were gonna go and find a little hole to pop through, but no, just blow it all up.
Fascinating. The energy is focused through that tablet. Conversation initiated.
Bargus looks around the crumbled ruins in the cave. The crystals on that tablet. If those small crystals are the source of the new energy signature, then why do they give off a stronger reading than the larger facet on the surface? There's something else here we are missing.
Conversation terminated.
These ruins are quite old. Well, old by most Outlanders' standards, which begs the question, was finding this chamber the unfriendly Outlanders' directive, or was it finding the tablet? One clue is that my readings suggest energy is flowing through the tablet as a conduit rather than originating from it. Shall we take a closer look? Perhaps investigation will yield some answers and the source of the energy readings.
Fortify your armor. Fortify your will. Analyzing. This tablet's markings seem familiar.
As motes of light dance around the stone altar, a strange melodic hum seems to call you forward. The call seems to emanate from both within the crystal-dotted tablet and the rock beneath your feet. A faint, hand-shaped divot is being worn into the stone surrounding the lowest crystal on the tablet. Above the crystal, etched words read, "The Song of Cyrus? Kyrus? I don't know. Place your hand in the divot around the crystal. Wow. How do they do that? They overlaid something, do they?
Remarkable. The signal's energy surrounds this structure. How deep does this go?
Fated construct. Oh.
Echoes of the past. This structure clearly has a history.
The relief depicts a large chamber with a gathering of humanoid figures, the tallest of which holds her fist aloft. A small embedded gold silver glimmers from her fingers. In the center of the cavern, jutting out from the floor, sits a massive crystalline facet. The cavern grew by tools and hands, a cradle for her to rest. From stones to shrine, the Sturmwind laid. For him Mulsul's voice once fierce, had calmed. Through I don't know how to say it, Cyrus? Maybe it's Cyrus? Spoke to heart. Its voice was faint, a whisper barely heard. And so with iron hands I carved, I forged, a circlet born of radiant ore, fit for the hand of sea. A ring adorned with smaller shards of heart, remnants smoothed and carved, with runes of storm. Citrines lit, their faces aglow with soft song. Through the circlet together, sea and him soul sang. I wish one of these characters would
The signal is getting stronger.
say his name, say their
It's
name.
coming from that chamber.
Crystal Sworn memory. Face me, serpent. The monolith, oh, here we go. A relief depicts a bearded metallic. Oh, he's right here, right? No, not that guy. Metallic figure holding a stone tablet and a chisel. Beneath his feet, an image of a chamber with a crystal facet. Above him stands a towering structure. The monolith is carved in a different hand than the others. Noble Yardfear, with loyalty and wisdom seared into iron hide. First car of the Sturmwind advisor. I'm gonna bloody find out how to say this. It's gonna drive me nuts. Let's look it up. Look it up on my phone here. Kyrus? Just a name I never heard before. First options are all World of Warcraft related. There is one ancient Greek mythology, but it's spelled differently. Instead of a Y, it's an I. Circe? Kirky? I don't know how to say that. Circe. Do you reckon that's right? I need pronunciation. Pronunciation. Yeah, it just seems to point to Cersei. Cersei. Alright, we'll go with Cersei. And they just changed it from an I to a Y. Advisor to Cersei and protector of Himsul, from stone our temple shaped, its guardians wrought with life throughout runes of old. Tempered and nurtured, our bond with Himsul grew and her call sang. From his hand and her voice, the Sturmvind found their call. Few outside the Sturmvind knew the craft of runic binding, the art of stone carving. To bind the storms of north into the stones of earth was a craft rarely mastered. Wrought by runes and will, his guardians of stone rose to stand vigil within. Though few learned his secrets, many would face his creations. Through Himsul's song, Yardfear's designs would flourish, as carved by Valwen, apprentice ward of the stone carver. This tablet depicts a great battle between humanoid metallic figures and serpentine creatures emerging from the sea. Although the metallic figures are outnumbered, winged humanoids and stone guardians appear to fight at their side. The largest of the metallic figures gestures with a gold and silver embedded finger, while above her soars a winged creature. Its head hits sand, its black blood sprayed. Cersei's blade shone bright. From darkened depths a presence stirred. Over wail and pain she cried, "Hear us, O heart! Upon this land we Sturmvinds stand, to hold back a tide of woe. Guide us with your song, your heart, and make your pain our own." As she called across sea and sky, they rose, a tide of scales in numbers never met. As serpents died and horrors fell, Ironhide with blood was slick. The rumbling skies cracked. Thra-Yr's fury tore through endless scales. By hand from earth rose guards of stone. Against the tide they crashed. On golden wings from high above, her plea was heard, a heaven's gift they brought. And yet the tide ensued. With numbers few, a final song rang out, while Cersei clashed as Thra-Yr shrieked, her clanskin fell to scales. The stone guards cracked as rubble split, dragged to the waters deep. From the skies they fell, the gold ones screamed, their wings and spears torn asunder. With heavy soul, Cersei looked upon her kin and called, "Retreat to the vault, protect our heart." As those yet lived obeyed, Cersei stood upon our shores and faced the darkness alone. Well, let's see what's in the other side. Did I read that one at the entrance? I might have missed that. The monolith depicts a vast stone tower collapsing into a massive wave. In the shadow of the wave, a faint figure can be seen. Beneath the tower, in an underground chamber, humanoid figures take shelter before a glittering gold facet. For generations past, our purpose held the luminous heart at ease. When land seized and heaved, the skies flashed in noxious green. Our bastion cracked as towers fell, and waters black encroached. In vault beneath, we Sturmvind prayed, Cersei's hand upon her heart. But when tremors grew, its cries rang out, Himsul's squall renewed. When silence fell, the cries still pained, our stone rune doors unsealed. As Cersei strode forth, our bastion ruined, surrounded by waters new. Upon our shores, a dark thing stood, its words in our minds it spoke. The Deep One stirs, this place calls out, his right to claim is nigh. Kneel before the Old One's gifts. Their powers, yours combined. So that's 4. There's 5 down there. They must not reach. Nope, that's not gonna work. A relief depicts an imposing metal-skinned figure. There is a large ring on the gauntlet of her raised hand. With our Lord of Thunder silent, the mighty Circe led her clan from Sturmpike and away from the winter scorn's unquenched thirst for war. As we fled the cold northern winds and iron backs, we questioned our clan's purpose. Who did we stand to protect? For without the keepers, who did we serve? Our prayers were answered years after our exodus. From beneath the earth we heard its cry, a plea for help, an anguished call. To Circe's ears, the call was our destiny, and so she led us towards the voice. A single slab of stone embedded with crystalline fragments. The ancient tablet is decorated with intricately carved images and runic letters. A relief stand depicts a stoic, metal-skinned figure. Upon her shoulder sits a majestic wind creature with sparkling Capricorn-cut crystals set as his eyes. The pair are staring upon a massive crystalline facet. As broken tools were cast aside, we found beneath the ground. For months we heard, and for months we searched. A golden crystal encased by stone, its glow like a torch in the dark. Upon its face, Circe's hand was pressed. A sound a cry, but not a pain or plea of help, but of calm, of grace. Him saw the luminous heart, its radiance, and face as if carved by unseen hands. Many stones I have carved, my iron hands, my tools, but my splendor of Himasaur has opened my eyes. New designs, patterns and structures, my mind is clear. Alright, let's click on this guy and see what we see. Face me, serpent, and die!
What's this? An ancient shrine. Another crystal facet. And the gleam of something promising.
Oh, thanks for your help, Vargas. It'll just be a moment. Just give me a sec. Alright. What do we have? Radiant presence. An unseen force resonates throughout the structure, calling to you from deep within the ruins. By the forge, this is... Vargas stares wide-eyed in wonder at the gleaming crystal, struggling to find words. After a moment, he nods. This is most certainly the source of the second signature, though the energies here appear to have fused with the original. It's almost like it wanted us to find this place.
May your work serve others.
This vault, this crystal. Who made this place? Who lived here? And who is this Circe we keep seeing mentioned on the tablets? When we set off to learn about the crystal, I did not anticipate discovering the remnants of an ancient civilization far beneath the earth. Bargus ruffles his wiry mustache before glancing at you. This bears closer examination, don't you think?
Conversation? This bears closer examination. After you.
Of course.
See what you can find.
Oh, there's a bit of a pirate here. Got the cutlass and everything. Skeletal remains sit slumped against the rocks. The ribcage and legs are shattered, as if crushed by something heavy. In their outstretched hands sits a gleaming rune-carved ring. Take the ring. That was probably a mistake. The vault trembles ominously as energy from the crystal surges.
By the Titans, an ancient construct.
Into the nearby rubble.
This is more of an adventure than even I desired. We should get this artifact back to the workshop for examination.
Alright, if you say so. But what's over here? Nothing. There's nothing over there. Kind of looks like there's more over there, doesn't it? Okay. Valkyr?
How can my hammer serve?
As much as my curiosity protocol has been activated, the defenses in this structure are relentless. We would be wise to regroup at the camp and reassess what we found. We will return to study more of this crystal at another time.
Forge your own path.
I like that. Did anyone notice whether we just like shifted over? I wasn't looking at that.
My programming is expanded to exploration
and
conversation.
It would seem we've made quite the discovery. Cracked citrine runes are carved upon each facet surface. Faded runes are carved into the ring's surface.
Fortify your armor.
More queries.
Your will.
And very few answers. Fortunately, the device was able to gather some data from the energy readings. It will take time to process, but we will soon have a better understanding of this Siren crystal. In the meantime, let's take a closer look at that ring and citron shard you found. Angorla here will be able to help.